Hey guys, what's going on? This is TheThirteenthOlympian, and today for you guys, I'm going to bring you all a discussion on my thoughts so far on Smite Season 3. So far, Hi-Res has come out with a little bit of information as to what Season 3 will hold, and I'm just going to bring you guys some of my thoughts and some things I want to see in Season 3. And so I have on my screen, like for you guys, I'm going to be playing just a recording of a game. But on my screen I have like a little, I guess you can say an article I found, a little bit on what Season 3 might hold, and I will link that article in the description below, so if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, go ahead and check that out. But what I'm going to be doing is, like, there's different little tabs, not necessarily tabs, but little titles or subtitles that appear. I'm going to read those titles out, and then I'm going to be telling you guys, like, a little bit about what is in each title, and then I'm going to be bringing you guys some of my thoughts on that. So the first one is called Challenger Appears. This is about the new pantheon that Smite will be adding, which is the Japanese pantheon. And it's going to be starting out with a god named Amaterasu. So she's a warrior, I think. They do have a Smite, Hi-Res did come out with a video, god reveal of her. She'll be coming out in January 12th, so hopefully I have this video up before January 12th. That way, we'll see some of my thoughts on her before she comes out. Unfortunately, the article does not have any of her abilities and stuff like that. But from what I've seen in the god reveal, she is a pretty good god. I really like her ult. Basically, what it is, it has like three, I just want to say, parts to it. It's like she'll just like slash her sword 3 times, and on each time she hits you, it'll like gain I guess you could say a little bit of a buff. Like with the first time, that's when it starts, and then the second chain, her ult with the next hit will do more damage, and then the third hit it'll do more damage, and I think it has a stun to it as well. So I think that's her ult, and her abilities seem pretty decent. I think I would like to see better ability with her 2, I think it is. I think that's an ability where it, like, you have to wait a few seconds and then it'll launch out her attack, which I'm not a big fan of having to wait a little bit for an attack, honestly. Like, if it's an ult, I'll understand, you know. Ult kind of has a little bit of a, I want to say, not necessarily ring to it, but I can't put it into words, but like for an ult, it's kind of like you're charging up your power. So I can kind of see like having to charge up an ult, but having to charge up an ability, that's not something I'm very fond of. I think that's her 2 anyways. If I'm mistaken and I'm completely wrong on that, please tell me so in the comment section below, but I think her 2 is like, one of her abilities has to charge, so I'm not a big fan of that. But other than that, I think the god is a pretty decent god. She's a warrior, so I kind of hoping she's a little bit like Bellona, honestly, because Bellona is like my favorite god, and I know she's a warrior and she's a female, so I'm kind of hoping she's a little bit like Bellona. But if she's not, then I won't be too disappointed. But by the looks of it, she will be Bellona-ish. She'll have a touch of Bellona in her, I want to say. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, for the second little subtitle, it's called Box of Trinkets. Really what Smite is doing for Season 3 is they're making all actives, instead of being actives, they're going to be called trinkets, which basically, there'll be free items that you can get, and there'll be 1 level for each one. Like, each trinket you will have, it'll sit between like tier 2 and tier 3 for an item. So let's talk about beads, for example, like purification beads or like greater purification. If you're gonna pick a trinket up like that, it's gonna be I guess effects wise, it's gonna be stuck between tier 3 and tier 2. I think that's cooldown wise. Let's see, I'm not sure exactly in what it is. Like, I'm not completely sure if it's mainly like between tier 2 and tier 3 cooldown wise, or if you know those 2 ability wise. I would say effect wise, but we do not know yet until it comes out. But I kind of do like the whole idea of trinkets, because honestly, for me, sometimes I don't know what to get for actives. I know, like, if I'm going to someone like Xingtian or Ares to get like beads, but other than that, I'm not completely sure what to get on actives. I mean, Shield the Underworld, yeah, you can get that against hunters, but to be completely honest, I'm not completely sure on actives. I'm a little bit newbie when it comes to that part, so sometimes I don't get actives at all, and so having the trinkets, and they'll be free for starters, that'll be a big help and pretty nice buff. And it's also, it says on the article, it's going to be buff and a nerf all in one, because it's forcing actives into players who didn't really buy them at first, and during the late game, the effectiveness of these trinkets they might lose their effectiveness. So that's why the article's calling it a buff and a nerf all in one. But honestly, I do like it because now you don't have to buy an active. Like, I think it's $900, not $900, but 900 gold to buy like the tier 3 if you wanted to go tier by tier, like all together. So I do like how it's free now, and that will probably be getting a lot of players, and me included, to be using those trinkets a lot more often since they're free. And yeah, that's pretty much really the reason why I would probably use it, because sometimes if you want to get an active but you need other items for your build, it might be a little hard picking between the two, and I'd probably rather go for a build item than an active. I mean, like I said earlier, because I don't really know how to use actives. Like, my reaction times sometimes can be super slow, so that's why I'm a little iffy on actives. But now with them being free, and they will be in between the tiers, or I guess you can say levels of 2 and 3 of that active, so I can see going either way. Like I said, the article has a buff and a nerf, so do whatever you want to do with that. And there's another subtitle, there's like a few more left on the article. It's called What Ails You, and basically what it is it's an easier way of telling you what is affecting you. For example, it says it in the name of clarity, really. That's what the article says. It's a system that will be implemented and will make it easier to tell what status effect is being applied to you. So I know sometimes, like with the stun, for example, it's pretty easy to tell when you're being stunned. But sometimes with the silence, I think for the silence, like a bar that goes down that shows you how long you're silenced. That's really all you're gonna see of being silenced is the bar, and that's how long I'm being silenced. But if you don't pick up on that, you're not gonna know how long you're being silenced or what is like affecting you. So having that, a little bit more clarity to that is really nice, honestly. There's not much I can say about that other than just having more clarity in the game is pretty cool. And then the next one is called Welcome, and the parentheses back, and it says to the jungle, parentheses again. I think it was just for Conquest. They are reworking the jungle, the pathways, and the map in general for Conquest, so that should be really good as well. Having a new map is really nice, and also reworking the map for what's it called, Joust. They're doing that, so that should be really nice to see. I've seen a little bit of the map. They did come out with a video of the Hi-Res did, anyways, of the map so far, and it looks like a pretty cool map. It's like a Chinese style map, so it looks pretty cool, actually, not gonna lie. So hopefully that is a good map. And then the next one is quests and matchmaking. So basically, what it's saying is daily rewards are gone. So like, for example, every day that you log in, you will get a reward for logging in on that day. But for now, those are going to be gone, and they're going to be replaced with a daily quest. I think that's kind of cool, because with the daily rewards, if it kind of went on and on, like it progressed as you kept on like logging in. So if you missed one day, it'd reset. So like, for example, I think the last 2 days are 2 days where you get gem as rewards. And if you, let's say, miss like the day right before you start getting the gems, then you have to restart at the beginning, and that'd be really annoying. So hopefully that's really nice, like the whole quest thing. I'm not sure exactly how they're gonna be doing the quests, but it does say, daily rewards are dead, and it will be replaced by a daily quest system, which I think that's pretty great. Like I said, daily rewards were kind of annoying sometimes, but sometimes as well they were also really helpful because the gems. But really, daily rewards were pretty annoying. And last but not least, the final little subtitle here is a title called Ranked Joust at Last, which means they will finally be putting in a ranked joust, so not necessarily joust as in 1v1, but a 3v3, so that should be really cool. And I think that is where the new Chinese joust map will be played in, so that is also really nice. That'll probably be getting me to play ranked joust a lot. I'm not sure if it's going to be replacing the 1v1. Honestly, I want to say it is, because the 1v1 joust is also called joust, but I'm not too sure on that. It doesn't say. It just says Joust is coming to rank, so I want to say it's not replacing the Joust, but it's Smite. Anything can really happen. But I'm really excited about this because it's 3v3. But what I really want to do is I'm gonna start doing is Conquest 5, the Conquest leagues. But what Joust would be really nice for is having, I want to say quicker games, because like not Joust, Conquest 5v5, sometimes those lane games can go forever. And hopefully with the 3v3 it'll be similar to 5v5, but I want to say with one lane, with jungle buffs of course, and hopefully it's going to be a lot quicker, because sometimes going with those hour-long 5v5 matches can be super annoying to me, honestly. Like at some point I want to leave, but I don't want to leave at the same time because I don't want to leave my friends or my teammates. So that 3v3 hopefully will get the games going a lot quicker, and it's also ranked. So I'm going to be playing that for sure, definitely on my channel hopefully, when it comes out. And it says, very lastly, it says, Hi-Rez aims to deliver all these Season 3 changes by February 2nd, and there'll be multiple bouts of PTS testing before or after Smite World 2016. So hopefully by February 2nd, all is out. I can't wait for it to come out. That's not including everything they haven't mentioned, so this is just some of the things they Hi-Rez has leaked for us. So hopefully there's a lot more than this, and hopefully it adds better, I don't know, gameplay to the game, because Smite is one of my favorite games, honestly, not gonna lie. It's like one of the only MOBAs I play, and so having these changes, especially because actually I started playing Smite at the beginning of Season 2, and I didn't even know what Season 2 was until like towards the end, which is like around December-ish, and I was like, oh, that's what they're talking about when, like, you know, the whole SWCs and stuff like that. So now that I fully have a grasp on Smite now, and the whole season, how it works, hopefully I want to participate more in Smite Season 3, and with these changes, it looks like Smite Season 3 is going to be pretty badass, so I hope to be playing some of that on my channel for you guys. Hope you all enjoyed this discussion. Like I said, I'll be linking the article in the description below, and tell me what your thoughts on Season 3 is, because I want to hear you guys' opinions. And yeah, other than that, and by the way, if there's any build guides you want to see me do on my channel, please let me know in the comment section below. Below, my bad, voice crack. And other than that, guys, hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Like I said, I'll be linking the article in the description below. And other than that, we'll see you all next time. Peace.